Shout out to Kop-Ish.
Shout out to Kop-Ish, guys.
All the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that, guys. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kop-Ish.
Boy, yes, people, we are live. It is Team Kop-Ish. It's Man Like Matt. It's Drifty. It's a bit of a random one today. It's transfer talk. We thought we'd just talk about what's going on with Liverpool, what's happening, what isn't happening. And we just thought, you know what better place to do that rather than speaking on the phone. Let's go on to Kop-Ish and chop it up. You get what I'm saying? But now, what's going on?
I'm blessed, man. Obviously, we've got a few talking points. It's all quite loose at the moment, but you know, we'll get into it, man. You know what I mean? But it's a middle of the week. It was a really nice day today. I feel under the weather, so I need a pick-me-up. So let's just get a little vibe going in there before we get into this, because I think the people might need it. You know what I'm saying?
I hear that.
Big up, everyone. Make sure you smash that like button, man.
Trust me. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. If you haven't, what are you doing? What are you waiting for? But nah, man. I needed to hear a bit of a vibe today. Still, I can't lie. You know what I'm saying? You know, actually, big up Cal as well, because Cal obviously couldn't make it today, people. Unfortunately, he can't make it. But he potentially might be able to make the end of the show, but most likely won't see Cal today, unfortunately. But big up Cal, though. But yeah, man.
And the people are calling for the anthem. All right.
I know what they're calling for. We might have to get a DJ up in here. I gotta be careful, man. If I start playing certain tunes,
I'm not letting you have control.
Drift don't want to let me DJ people. You know, if I DJ, so it's a rap.
I think everyone.
I think everyone in the chat, though, man. Trust me, big up everyone in the chat, bro. Sadiq, I see you. What's going on, bro?
You know, we normally reserve the anthem for actual celebration. You know what?
For real. Big up NFC Network.
Just for this one.
Big Yards 88, I see you. MP.
Yeah, big
James.
shout out to Matt, Callum, Drifty, Big Kop-Ish.
Big up Ahmed as well for the big
Realest
tune.
in the game, all you gotta do is watch it. Drifty, Callum,
Big
Matt
tune.
on the
We don't know
stream
about
still
this tune. I don't know
popping.
what-
The haters gon' hate cause they know they can't
I don't know
top
what-
it. Mo Salah,
Hey.
I might go and get a hat trick.
Big up your
Halal
damn
lifestyle,
self, but
but
if this
still
is who I
see me
think
with
it
a
is,
bad
big
chick.
up your
Wait,
damn
yeah, if
self.
it's who I think as well, big up yourself, brother. Love as
Going
always.
hard like the game don't stop. Fly killer
Need to
like
catch up
Callum,
still.
I'm going dummy. Drifty on the way, they feel when
Big
the
up
heat's
Anfield
coming.
Road,
And
Uncle
Matt's
Rod,
still
there
popping,
ya.
his ish
Big
is
up the
still
uncle,
bumping, the
yeah,
game
there ya.
is still running.
Big up Uncle
I'm
Rod.
feeling
Can't
like
miss it,
Zubiri
man.
with the locks and they
Can't
love
miss
it. Came back.
We got
we
John
gon' have to
Conway.
do another one. I don't even
just
need
vibes
to
in right
come
now.
out. They know I'm on the sun.
Just
Trying
vibes.
to cheer
I
myself
put
up,
it all in the verse.
Liverpool
Trust,
are
man,
playing
just
well.
vibe for a bit, then we're gonna get into it. No, we're gonna get into it. We're
They
gonna get
ain't
into it.
really
Yeah.
have to see us out. We got the YouTube thing and we put
Hey,
it out.
listen,
Every time
smash the
it's
like
a
button
stream,
if you've
they
enjoyed
going
today.
crazy.
Today's been
And my
absolutely
brothers never lie.
roasted.
They ain't never lazy. We did
Amazing
the whole
weather.
thing
Don't get me
from
wrong,
Tampa to
it's
London.
peak
It's
weather,
a
but it's
movie.
nice at the same
Every
time.
time I'm back in the booth,
Know what
I'm
I'm saying?
getting groovy.
So
I'm
smash that
feeling
like button
amazing,
if you've
feeling
enjoyed your
crazy
day
like
today.
Patrick Swayze.
Big up
They
Mark
love
A as
how I'm
always.
coming. You know they call me baby. Yeah, I feel like
What's going on,
Jurgen
Mark?
on the touchline. 4-3-3.
Alright,
They never
Jimmy.
gonna
Alright.
touch mine. Just scored a
We
goal.
could party all night. Let's
Really
get
the
into it.
other
Let's
day.
get into it.
Yeah,
Just
for
so-
real, we could
I
party.
just-
Hell,
We could.
But I just
we
want to hear
could.
some tunes in it before we start. Hey,
So that was a slip. That was a slip.
hey.
It was a deliberate slip.
Tunes, you know.
Big up, Swaggy. Been a fan since the football banner show day. Much love from Florida.
I
Big up
believe
yourself, bro. Florida, that's my favorite place on earth.
Florida.
I love.
You know what? I'm torn between Florida and LA, innit?
I haven't been to LA, but I've heard it's cold there. Though.
LA is, hey, listen, big up all the LA people there.
I heard that LA is the land of people that aren't real, though. Like, it's a little
No.
bit like...
You know one thing I'll
very
say? I
crazy,
think
yo.
it depends on where you go in it. I think it depends. You know what I'm saying?
But now Florida, Orlando, Miami, Kissimmee. I love Florida, bro. I love Florida.
No, Florida's an amazing place. Amazing. Hi, big yards. Yeah, we're skanking right now. It's vibes. It's vibes. Vibes, man.
You know what? I need to go Atlanta. I've heard Atlanta is fire still.
Yeah, I want to go Atlanta. I've never been, you know. Never been Atlanta still.
Well, the two main places I want to go though, like properly want to go, Japan and Canada. Those are the two places.
Oh, Canada.
Like,
yeah, okay, yeah.
top of my list. Yeah. Those are like top of my list. And Barbados actually, and Jamaica. Yeah, I've got a few places that I need to go in the next like year or two. Like I want to visit them all in the next like year or two.
Yeah. Oh, there's something else I wanted to bring up, you know. Hold on. Maybe I can find it.
I've been to Amsterdam, bro. Nice place. Amsterdam.
You know, I ain't been dumb, you know. Do you know where I have been? And I'm not capping. Not capping, by the way, for the video. Nice. I've been to Nice. I went to Nice when I was about 14 or 13.
I've been to Nice.
On a trip.
Yeah. Nice, Calais, Bologna. Is
like
it Cologne or Bologna?
College trip. I think it's a college trip or something.
Where else? At Paris. I've been about 5 or 6 places in France, actually.
Yeah. Now, I've only been to Nice in France. I've only been to Nice still. France
is the place I've been the most in my life. Remember, it's just a one ferry over the channel, isn't it? So,
yeah. Of course.
When we were younger, you know what I mean? But big up everyone.
Big up everybody in the chat. Trust me, everybody that's watching, you know what time it is. It is Team Kopish. It is transfer talk time. And we've just been talking about France. We weren't even capping generally, like, because obviously I've actually been to Nice. And so is Drift. Lo and behold, there's only one player that we want from Nice. It's Khephren Thuram, son of the legendary Lilian Thuram, and also the brother of Marcus Thuram. The latest news that's currently been reported is that Liverpool have agreed personal terms, even though they're trying to, the official line from the club is trying to distance themselves, but this is what we do. Not only that, Drift, our centre-back, Konate, spoke yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, about Khephren Thuram. He said, I will be very happy if he came to Liverpool. I will take him under my wing and I will do everything to make him progress and become the player he wants to become. Bro, our centre-back is openly speaking about Khephren Thuram. Rumours again are to be reported that he's agreed personal terms. The only sticking point is the fee. What I told you earlier on the phone is that apparently and reportedly, big up Jack Talbot as well, he's reporting this as well, that Nice kind of want to turn it into a bit of a bidding war, but the player wants to go to Liverpool. They're trying to see if they can get, maximize the amount that they can get from him. How do you feel about the latest news about Khephren Thuram, bro? Are you a bit nervous, or are you still very or are you confident that we're gonna get him eventually?
No, I'm not confident about any Liverpool signing, bro. And it's just down to history. We've always had that thing where we're really close under FSG. I can go all the way back. I'm not even trying to drag up the past and be one of them people, but we can go all the way back to Salah, the year he went Chelsea, Conor Plianka. We can go to Fakir Friday. Like, there's just loads of examples where, like, we think we're about to get a player and we're close, and then something just gets in the way and then we don't get him. I'll always be worried until he's got the shirt on, but they're showing the video on LFC TV, and it's on, like, and I know it ain't like a fake and it's real. Boom. I know. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna get happy about anything till then. But I do know that it's true that we are properly trying to get it done. So I've just got to keep my fingers crossed, bruv. And because I'm not gonna lie, see the Khephren, yeah? I know you was the one who was more like championing for Khephren and whatever, even before Liverpool were officially actually linked with him. So I know you already know how much of a G he is. But through studying him and doing all the due diligence after, hearing you talk about him and then now and whatnot and everything like that, I just think he just suits what we need so badly. And I think
100 he does.
the thing that I
Yeah.
love about him is even though we're not going to get Caicedo, who you know is the guy I want, I think he's very similar to Caicedo, but just a little bit more physically strong. So I'm all right with it, bro. Like, I feel like they're almost one in the same, except Khephren's a bit better going forward. Caicedo's a bit better defensively. But I do feel like there's a lot of similarities in their game. So it almost makes me like, okay, we're not going to get Caicedo because we're getting somebody who's similar to him. Do you get what I mean? Like, we're going to be getting a player in of the type of profile that I think we need. So I'm over the moon. I'm over the moon that we're after him. And I just want us to just get it done now, bro, because I think if you put him and McAllister in our midfield, immediately, bro, it's a guarantee. Like, you see the squad we've already got, plus them two, guaranteed top 4. Now we have to, after them two, we got to sprinkle 1 or 2 more things to make it title challenge. Do you get what I'm saying? But you just put Khephren and McAllister in our team this season, easy top 4. Like, easy. It's not even,
we are cooking.
A conversation, bro. It's not even a conversation. So,
yeah,
you know what I mean? I just get it. Like, I know we're being impatient now, but here's the thing, man. I'm not impatient because I need it to happen right now. I'm impatient because I don't want it to not happen.
Of course.
Like, if somebody told me it was an absolute guarantee, but it weren't going to be announced until July the 1st, I'd be like, all right.
Yeah. But while a deal is not wrapped up, there's always a possibility that something could happen, and that is true, and it could happen with any club. I think. All right. So here's another thing that happened. I think it was today actually. So his representative today randomly put this on Insta randomly at Nice headquarters, just random. For me, that was a signal of intent of we're trying to get things rolling. You see, like, you could look at it and to say it was nothing, or you could look at it and be like, if you're a representative of a player, everything you do, you know, is going to be watched. You're doing that because you know it's going to get eyes on you. You know what you're doing. And this picture today said everything for me. It said, like, we're trying to make moves here. We're trying to make moves. I'm trying to make moves for Khephren. So I know a lot of people have seen it. It's been widely reported as well that Liverpool are trying to negotiate a fee. But like I said, it does believe, like, what I'm led to believe as well is like Khephren wants to go to Liverpool, but it's just now convincing Nice to sell now, because you have to remember, Drift, they're at an under-21s tournament. If Khephren does what he's supposed to do and does ball out again, they're going to try to say to Liverpool, we'll add 5, 6, 7, 10 million more to that. Liverpool don't want that. Wrap up the deal now. And that's why it's going to be interesting to see what happens between now and next week, to see if there's any more progress on the deal. I feel like if we don't hear nothing by the time the under-21 tournament starts, I'm not too sure when it's then I think it's going to have to be a case of we're going to have to wait until afterwards, which would be a bummer. And not only that, other teams could get involved, because reportedly, they got Jack Talbot again. He mentioned PSG and he mentioned Newcastle were interested in him. And they could potentially revive their interest. So until the deal is signed and sealed, and it's a McAllister thing where we knew before, but, you know, it's not like that yet. It's still a little bit up in the air. It's looking positive, however, it's not definitive.
Does that tournament worry you a bit? Because I've been wrapped up in everything of us wanting to get the players so much. Do you think that is a little bit of a worry? Because all the other players around the world are going to be getting a well-deserved rest after 3 or 4 summers of like constant tournament football and whatnot. But like, he's going to be late back for training, not get a proper rest and all that kind of stuff. Like, does that worry you a little bit? Is that something that, like, if you get a new player, I know he's young and full of energy at his age, but like, are you a little bit worried that him not getting a full preseason because he's going to need that rest, that he won't be back when everyone else comes back and all that? Is that a problem? Is it a situation where it's not ideal? Like, what do you think?
I'm not worried. Here's the thing: he's young in it. I think Khephren's like 21, or I think
2022. I think
he's 22 now. Yeah, he's at an age where having this tournament don't really bother me, because if you're a top player for your age, you should be playing in these tournaments. more times than not. I know sometimes we can look at the other way and just go, the manager didn't pick him for X, Y, and Z. But no, more times than not, if you're of quality for your age group, you're going to be playing in those tournaments, and rightly so. So I'm not too worried about that. Obviously, you always get worried about injuries and whatever, but that just comes to the nature of the game. Because remember, like, you could get injured in an under-21 game, but you could also get injured freaking, having too much aircon on a plane. No pun intended to Navigator. That's my guy, but that's the rumors that happen. You get me? Big up Navigator, but I'm big up on his move as well to Wolfsburg. But I'm not worried, bro. I'm not worried. The reason I'm not worried is because that's the path that he's supposed to be on, innit? Let him do his thing. We do our thing. Just go and agree your fee with Nice, and the rest will take care of itself, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sorry, bro. Give me 1 second. Read supers. Give me like 2 minutes, brother.
Yeah. Cool. As I was just gonna say to Matt though, but I'm just a little bit worried that like if they go all the way, which they most probably will, then he's gonna be looking at what mid-July, right? By the time he's finished. We'll be back in preseason training at that point. And then, do you know what I mean? Like, he just doesn't get that opportunity to just fully, like, basically, it just means he won't be ready for the start of the season, I don't think. So, not worried about anything greatly. I would just want our new players to all be ready at the beginning of the season, because we need to just hit the ground running. Do you know what I'm saying? Is it July the 21st? Is that when the tournament finishes if you get to the final? See what I mean? So we'll be way in preseason training by then. And, I'm just thinking, like, I want him to be ready. I want everybody to be just ready to go at the beginning of the season. We don't want to be dropping no points. We don't want no dumb things to happen at the beginning and all that. We just got to hit the ground running from jump. Do you know what I mean? I just want everybody ready at that time. So, yeah, it's just a little bit annoying, isn't it, that he's just going to be playing football all the way through. But yeah, maybe I am just getting a little bit upset for no reason. And retired. He is the French Yaya Toure-esque. This is what Matt was saying, and I kind of do agree as well. He does have a little bit of Yaya Toure about him, his stature and the powerful running with the ball and all that kind of stuff. I kind of get exactly what you mean. Big up Sultan as always. I'm getting sick of the way we move in transfers. They are not ambitious enough for the big club like Liverpool. I'm obviously talking about FSG. I can't even pay 50 mil for Barella. Big up Kop-Ish. Big up yourself as always, Sultan. And on that, Yibba also hits about the Barella stuff. Barella to Newcastle. We finished, not gonna lie. Finished. That was actually one of the topics, so we might as well talk about that. Segueing in, I'll just wait for Matt to come back. Here's the thing, though. Apparently, they've completely shushed away 50 million for Barella. They won't get him for that price if they do get him. But the fact that they're trying to get him, that is the part that annoys me. You lot know already. I was championing for Liverpool to go and get Barella from the summertime last year. And I think it'd be perfect to be the attack-minded 8 in a Liverpool team. It's really annoying me. And I think the thing that's annoying me the most about this situation, it isn't even just the fact that it's a player that I'd really like Liverpool to go for. It's just another indication and another reminder to everybody that Newcastle are here. They're not going away. And it's another team that has unlimited funds that could quite easily stop us from being able to be who we want to get back to being. And I think that's the thing that's annoying about it. Matt, as I was going to say, we might as well segue into the first topic.
Go on.
The Barella to Newcastle is what everyone been saying in the Supers. Jay is saying Barella will be on high wages too. I don't even know, Jay, because apparently he's not on that high of a wage now. I don't even mean to be stereotypical of the Italian league and to a degree the Spanish league, but their players don't really earn the type of money that we're used to with the Premier League, and it makes it a lot easier to get them to think certain amounts of money are high because of what they're used to. I don't know if you agree with that, Matt, but like there's a lot of players that you can't even believe what they're on at the club they're at because they play in a league where that is a high amount of wages in that league. Like 40, 50, 60 grand a week in Italy is high. Like you're on the higher end of the wages.
That's the thing. The wage in Italy. I'm not right. So if you see me doing this, I'm looking at my second screen. The reason I'm doing that is because I'm just seeing some other stuff to do with flipping Arsenal and Havertz. But we'll get into that like later. But
But yeah, so Barella, I think Barella is on. How much is he on now?
I believe he's on about. I could be wrong. I want to say about 90. Nico Barella. I want to see but there was something that came out about.
He will be one of the higher earners in Italy for sure because he's one of the star players in the league. But I still think it would be a normal amount compared to like Premier League clubs.
Here it is. So. Because there's been some conflicting reports.
A couple people are saying like around 150.
Oh, was it 150? So okay, all right. So cool. So I found something now. So Italian news sources say Barella's agent hasn't spoken to any clubs, specifically Newcastle, and Inter might not even sell him. If they did, 50 million wouldn't be enough. And then it goes on a bit further.
I did say to the people, there's no way they're getting for 50 mil.
Yeah.
Absolutely no way they're getting for 50 mil.
As stated earlier, Inter want players and pay Inter's price. Barella's not for sale for 50 million. He's simply not for sale. Make it an 80 to 100 million offer and Inter might consider. Yeah, that's more likely. There is no way Nico Barella is getting sold for 50 million. I will be so shocked if that happened. Do you know what I'm saying? But here's the thing now. So regards to Barella, he's an absolute baller, bro. You see how, well, obviously, I don't want to spoil other topics. We'll get into other players, but just in terms of Thuram, like, are we focusing? Do you think Liverpool are focusing on the wrong player, bro? Do you think? Let's say Barella goes to Newcastle for 75 mil with add-ons, do you think that's something that we should have got involved with, or do you still feel like, you know what, that's a quality signing? However, if we get our signings, we shouldn't worry. We can be annoyed, but we shouldn't worry. There's a difference.
I don't think we should be worried just about one player. I think we should be worried about the overall situation. What really annoys me about this Barella thing, for an example, bro, is this is what these teams do that are ambitious. They do the type of things that we hope and we wish our team did. And they do it so much quicker that you start questioning why we don't move like that ourselves anyway. So you get like, oh yeah, like we'd love us to be able to go and sign Barella or Bellingham or somebody like that. And you think, oh, with Liverpool, we're a big club, we should be able to do these type of things. And then a Man City will come along with Sheikh Mansour, and then they'll just start buying Bellinghams. And you'll be like, hold on a minute. What's going on here? And it's because they've got the vision that we have as the fans, but then they back it with the funds. And then Newcastle come along, and then they just go and buy a Barella and a Bruno Gomes, and you're like, hold on a minute. These are the players that we wanted Liverpool to get.
But
like, why are we pussyfooting around?
Right.
And then when these teams have got money, they just go and get it. They don't mess about, but they just go and they get the players.
So this goes into the conversation that we were speaking about earlier on the phone, yeah, in my opinion. This goes into, I don't think it's our manager, in my opinion, that thinks, he looks at Nico Barella and goes, I don't want him. I think it comes down to the type of owners that we have, and they don't want to be ambitious. Like a Nico Barella, let's say Nico Barella, you're able to get him for 70 plus mil, yeah? That's still a very, very good deal because, in my opinion, I think Nico Barella is probably a world-class player. I think he's good.
He's on the cusp.
He's on the cusp, yeah? That's a deal that Liverpool should be looking at all day. However, we've kind of known under our model, which we've had to accept. We don't like it, we've accepted it. Liverpool normally shop in the window of a 30 to 50 million type price range. That's like that's our go-to. I'll give you examples of that, by the way. Mane was about 36, Salah was about 39. Jota was about 47, 45. Oxlade-Chamberlain was 40, 45. Naby Keita was more 50 something. So going just outside that price range. Diaz was about 37 with add-ons. We love to that kind of like price range that we have. That's where we kind of feel like we get most of our good bargains, shall we speak. However, as good as that is, sometimes you have to go outside that. But it's very rare. Oh yeah, Fabinho as well. It's very rare Liverpool go outside that price range, bro. The only times they've really gone out that price range are Van Dijk, Alisson, and Nunes. Hear the joke. Alisson and, as we know, Van Dijk, we were able to do those deals because we had Coutinho money. The Nunes one, you could arguably say was an anomaly, 67, I think, or whatever, raising to potentially 85.
Yeah, 64 to 85.
Yeah. So it's very rare though that we kind of go to those realms. And for a club of our size, bro, and our stature and our history, our owners should be doing more than that. Like, I'm not complaining in terms of the quality that we've had at our club, but what I'm saying is, you see deals like this where you think to yourselves, Nico Barella at 70 mil, 75 mil. We should be getting involved. It shouldn't be a case of like Liverpool got to watch their spending. Liverpool got to watch their budget because we're not in Champions League and rare tear. Bro, we've been in Champions League for how many years and we still didn't do them type of deals anyway, other than what I just mentioned, Nunes.
And all the other clubs who aren't in the Champions League, bro, on a regular basis, like Man United and Arsenal, they still go and spend big boy money. I know Man United are a financial powerhouse around the world, generally speaking. But if the Champions League is such a big deal, they still should have had some kind of hit, right? By being in and out of it and spending so many years where they're not in it. And Arsenal is an example. Like, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I'm using Arsenal as an example because I didn't realize that they spent 7 or 8 years out of the Champions League. That's a madness, bro. It's only the other day I realized how long they've actually been out of the Champions League. That's crazy, bro. That is longer than a minute, bro. 7 or 8 years is a madness out of the Champions League. But here's the thing that's really annoying about it, bro. As we already know, Liverpool are better than them in terms of like overall off the field finances, because in the last season, and I think the season before that, we recorded Man United level profits, right? So we already know that Liverpool commercially are right at the top when it comes to England. So nobody can even tell me Arsenal make more money than Liverpool commercially to try and even out what I'm about to say. How can Arsenal keep spending in the Europa League and not even in Europe to get to a point where they are now, outspend us every single year?
I know.
And then somebody turn around and try and explain to me where the money is for Liverpool. And I'm not using Arsenal as anything other than just a barometer to let you know how easy it is to look at it. Arsenal aren't better than Liverpool commercially. They weren't in Europe. They weren't as high up the league as us. They weren't getting competition money the way we were. But yet they've outspent us constantly for about 7 years, bro.
What's the key word you said? What's the word you said?
I don't know. I said a lot. Ambition. Ambition.
The owners have it, bro.
It's crazy, bro.
Hear the joke. What you just said, yeah. They, from what I'm led to believe, I'm not ITK, by the way. I'm just saying I do my research and I speak to people who potentially might know. So I just try and do a lot of research. That's what I try to do. They're close to getting Declan Rice, bro. Declan Rice is not a small fry deal. Declan Rice, if and when it happens, one I'm expecting to happen.
It's happening. Yeah.
It's gonna be at least 90 mil. Yeah. I don't know about others, but I'm gonna say 90. Yeah. They're also looking at potentially, and I say potentially. Well, in fact, not potentially. They're looking at Kai Havertz. Arsenal fans don't want him. We understand that. However, that deal, even if they did want him, because they know Chelsea got to sell X, Y, and Z, will be about 60. So, like, and then they want to try and get potentially Caicedo as well. But even if you go back to the other years of Arsenal spending, Arsenal do spend. Look at Zinchenko. Look at Jesus. There's others that Pepe as well. Pepe was, forgotten man. Pepe. Arsenal do spend, and what's so crazy is that their owners are very similar to us. The US-based owners can be very restrictive at times, can feel a bit disengaged from football in the UK. However, their owners seem like they've gone, you know what? Yeah, our profile needs a bit of work. We need to put some money in here. Let's go and put some money in. Like, bro, you see Declan Rice? Cal was a big advocate for Declan Rice, and rightly so. And I think you are as well. And me as well. Maybe not as much, but me as well, yeah? But that's something that we should be looking at. But we're not even looking at Declan Rice, you know? We're looking at...
we turn our nose up at deals that are going to cost around that much.
Here's what... Because the ambition's not there.
Like Jay's saying, their teams are actually starting to win now. The owners' teams. Kroenke, he's got 3 championships in 2 years. In 4 of the major US sports. Like, his teams are starting to do well in America, and Arsenal are on the up because he's starting to put money in. One thing Arsenal fans used to moan about all the time was that they never spent money. And I think now they might actually have to start realizing, no, they spend quite a lot of money.
Bro.
Like, Arsenal spend quite a lot of money, bro.
They do. But obviously, I'm not going to put them on no Man City and Chelsea levels, but they spend money to the point where they can actually look at themselves and go, we've done some good business. And listen, if you're an Arsenal fan, you can actually probably be confident knowing that, yeah, I think your club will actually do business this year. We've had a good start, obviously, from getting McAllister. But you know what's so mad as well, though? And I don't want to belittle it because it's an amazing deal. But I do find it, I wouldn't say mad, but we're almost cheering at the deal is 35 mil, rightly so, because it's 35 mil. However, there's a part of me that feels like the club really wanted us to kind of like celebrate that 35 million deal because it's only 35 mil.
Yeah.
When really and truly,
that was really bruv. You're so right, bruv. The agenda was about the price more than the player.
Price, like,
they just kept hammering home to us. And every journalist.
And listen,
they only paid 35. They only paid 35.
But you know what I'm gonna say though? Big up all the journalists from from all of them. David Lynch, Pierce, I know some of them personally, flipping Fabrizio, all of them, man, big up all of them. But one thing, what I want to say though, is that the briefing from Liverpool as a whole was like, we need to make sure that everybody knows this deal was 35 mil. Like, bro, as fans, obviously we're happy that we got a player for a good fee. But at the same time, like, stop trying to force this, like, this 35 mil thing is like the best thing ever. Like, we get it. It is a good deal and it's smart business. But don't let that shy away from the fact of you still got to go and do more, though. That's the bit that worries me a bit, that Liverpool are really trying to force this narrative. And I'm not talking about the journalists. It's Liverpool trying to feed this information about, 35 mil, this amazing business, you know. We was onto something here.
Make sure you ram home we only paid 35 mil for it. And don't get me wrong, it was an absolute steal. But you're right.
No one's denying that.
The club are celebrating the fee more than they seem to be happy they've got the player. Do you get what I mean? And it doesn't matter whether we wanted McAllister or not. I almost now know that if McAllister was going to cost more, we wouldn't have got him. Like, it's almost like the club are like, it's because of the price. Boom, there you go.
That's what it leads
you to believe. If Brighton wanted 60 mil for him, you'd be like, guys,
I reckon 50, you know? I reckon, in my personal opinion, 50 was the max we could have gone. And I feel like, let's say Brighton were like, no, we want 60, but they really wanted 50. I reckon Liverpool would have been like, yeah, it don't make sense. Bro, let me tell you something from now. You see the whole Mason Mount thing? I can't sit here and say I'm Jurgen Klopp's assistant, obviously. But Jurgen Klopp wanted Mason Mount, right? The only reason we've actually backed out of that deal is because Liverpool know that the fee that Chelsea want, we're just not willing to go to. So it's not about whether I want the player, whether you want the player. Liverpool have just gone, nah, we don't deal with their numbers there. Because what I'm hearing, Drift, and from what's been widely reported, Mason Mount, you're looking at least 60, like 50, when he's got a year left. To Liverpool,
they just rejected 40. Man United made the first official bid of 40 and they rejected it.
That's what I'm saying. Liverpool probably thinking, we should be able to get this man for about 40 with add-ons. Like, max.
And then once but I think he is picking Man United because of the Champions League thing. And like, from what I'm being told, if we'd have made Champions League, we'd be signing Mount. But it's because we didn't make the Champions League. That's why he's picking Man United.
No, but you know what?
It's a bit of a mad thing that you're going to go to a team just for 1 year of Champions League. But
that's why I rate McAllister even more, because McAllister looked at... And listen, let's not get twisted. Chelsea And I believe Man United tried to hijack that deal last minute, especially Chelsea, and they couldn't because McAllister was like, I see the vision, I see the project, and he believes, whether he's right or wrong, but he believes Liverpool will only be absent for the Champions League for 1 year, and I believe that as well. Because whether or not we win the Prem next year, I do think Liverpool will be in the top 4. Like I just generally, because I also feel like,
yeah, and you buy the players to guarantee you get back in. That's what you're supposed to do, bro. You don't just do a whim and a hope and a prayer. You buy the players that guarantee that you get back in. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, we've got a couple of supers that are based on what we're talking about. Big up everyone for your supers, as always. Brian, big up, bro, says, no excuses for how we spend anymore. Salah and Alisson can't save us forever. That is a fact. Neither Nacho, Thuram, Kone, Pavard, Viega done ASAP. I'm not too sure about Viega's in like how happy I would be about that, but all the other ones,
he's a bully,
100%. No, but I don't quite know how he fits into our team.
No, he'll be the 8. He'll just be the attacking 8. Like,
yeah, but then you might as well just get Szoboszlai then if you're gonna go and buy that.
No, I'd rather Szoboszlai as well. But Gabby Vega's no scrub.
No, I know he's not rubbish. Although what I will say is, again, I know he is a good player, and I've seen clips of him and stuff, and I can see there's a baller in there. But even though he's young, I will say this is the only season when he's ever actually scored. So even though I know he's young and he's only just burst through, last year he didn't score or assist in like 15 appearances, I think it was, or something. So like, let's not just act like him being a goal-scoring midfielder is just a thing. Because we don't know if there's a possibility that it was just... Do you get what I mean? You know, you just want a little bit more evidence of like...
Bro, certain man last year went out and, I don't know, they went out and no gal was looking at man. Man was like, bro, man's got fresh trim everything. Like, I'm at the bar, I'm buying drinks, But the following year, does the same thing. Everybody, all the gal are looking at man. Bro, it happens. Like, it's just cool.
Yeah, but he must have done something. He must have bought a new cologne.
He's got the same trim.
He must have done...
Same trim.
Maybe he went gym. He must have done something, bro.
No, what it is, in my opinion, it's just like, you know, like everything just has like a path. Like, for whatever reason, he wasn't supposed to score them goals there. Whatever. Like, it's it's just natural progression, isn't it?
He was young as well, obviously. So I know what you mean.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, we don't definitely know he's a goal scoring midfielder, though. If you get what I mean, like, I think we do need one more year.
I hear what you're trying to say.
I mean, if it's at Liverpool and he does well, then fair enough, innit? But I'm just saying, like, I would like to have one more year of knowing that this isn't a one-off before we go and do the 40 mil or whatever, and then he just turns out to be not quite that good. You know what I'm saying? But I get what you're saying. Makes perfect sense, though. Big up Chris says, rumblings, Thuram is done. Hope it's true. Me too, bro.
I wish I could say that, but I don't think it's done yet, people. Not yet. It's not done yet.
Javid. This might be a first time super chat from Javid, if I'm not mistaken. Big up, bro. Did you see James Pearce's article today? He is an FSG mouthpiece journalist. He was preparing us for another underwhelming... Nah, don't tell me he was doing another, like, I don't even
know. No, but you know one thing I will say? This is one thing I do want to say, and people might not like it. I'm going to big up all the journalists. You know why? Firstly, each and every one of them, you have to give them credit because they are good at their job. You just don't like what they have to say. There's a difference, yeah? So, from my boy David Lynch to Pierce to whoever, to Fabrizio, whoever, what you can't do is like be annoyed at what their opinion is. You also have to understand as well, like, if they've got creditable sources, and they do, and they speak, and this is the line that they're given, they have to then report what's been given to them, because then it'll be, if they basically, I'll give you an example. Let's say James Pearce was told whatever, and he therefore turns around and turns it to something else. That's him kind of lying, innit? He has to go by what's been told, what's been briefed to him, innit? So I don't like it when people kind of attack journalists because they don't like what's being said. I understand it because there's a difference between, I don't know, being informative and then giving your opinion. But I think we've got to cut them a little bit of slack, though, because I kind of feel like they get bare slack because our team don't want to give away too much information. Like they can only do what, like basically what's been given to them. So I think we have to kind of just reel that in a little bit. I know people might not like that. I'm not trying to say man's gonna be some journalist because I'm not. I'm just saying we just gotta just allow them a bit, man. Let them live. You know, like that, Drift. Because I kind of felt they get attacked bare, like for no reason, like.
I hear where you're coming from. I think I'm not talking about Pierce because I haven't got no issue with Pierce.
We got James Pierce, man. No, James Pierce.
Whenever we've spoken to Pierce, he's been a good guy. I'm just saying, I think what people don't like though is if a journalist puts aside his integrity just to have a link to the club and lets the club use him to get things out there for their PR spin. I think that's what people don't like. And I kind of agree with that as well to an extent.
Yeah, that's different.
If you're a journalist, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
You're supposed to seek the truth as a journalist. You're not supposed to do the propaganda thing. That's what we hate about journalism when it gets like that, right? When it's propaganda and it's like, do you get what I mean? And it's not about the truth. Real journalism is supposed to be about the truth. So if there are any journalists out there and they let the club like dictate to them and make them spin narratives, I don't like the idea of that. So if there's any of the journalists who do that, then I think that they deserve slack. If they're literally just doing things by the books, then you're right. Just because we don't like what they're saying,
that's
what I'm
That's what I'm saying.
It's not their fault. It's not their fault at all. But if they do spin the narrative, if there's any journalists who spin the narrative, I don't like that. You should have a little bit more integrity as a journalist.
No, of course. But one thing
I think it goes both ways.
I agree. But one thing I will also say as well, like I've seen some people say Pierce can be condescending and red hair. Like I don't know about that because he's never done that to me. Like big up James Pierce. But what I'm saying is though, but you have to remember these men get berated. I've seen people say the maddest stuff, and I'm thinking, you guys do realize like he's a journalist trying to report on what he's been told, like, and you man will berate him and just like say the maddest stuff, and I'm thinking, raw, like. That's a bit mad, like, so you have to bear in mind as well, obviously, like, he's a human being as well, like, all these journalists are humans. If you attack them, they're going to attack back. Like, I think people just think, rah, I think he's chatting rubbish. Let me just say something. I think they won't say nothing, so, but no, I also agree with people in the chat, yeah, there's a way of going about it, but I just want us as fans as well to just not berate all the journalists because we don't agree with what they say, but I also agree with what you're saying, though, Drift, as well. Your integrity as well is very key. I don't want you to just say something and you don't even believe it and you're writing it, and I understand that as well. So I fully hear you on that.
Yeah. And it's something that we stand by here on Kop-Ish. There's loads of bridges that we've burnt, and there's loads of doors that are closed on us now because we told the truth. But I couldn't sit here and not tell the truth. I couldn't. You know what I mean? Like everybody knows we're just real. Like however the situation is, we'll tell it how it is, and whatever we think, we'll say it out loud with no apologies. Like it ain't a thing of like, oh, do you know what? Just so we can do this, let's like lie or nah, we can't do that. And like we've shot ourselves in the foot bare times, bruv. Bare times. It is what it is. But like I wouldn't feel right sitting there going, do you want to know what? This is this and that's that. And I know for a fact that I shouldn't really be saying this. I'm just spreading bare propaganda, bruv. Like it's not the
but
one.
You know, us, man, we just speak the truth, like you said. Like, man don't really like there's bare times I shouldn't really say something. I just say it like because I'm gonna say it. Like I'm speaking my truth and what I think or what I've been told. Well, you know what I mean? So no, I hear what you're saying, bro.
The only thing that we've pulled back on that is a people thing, not a truth thing, is abuse. Because one thing that we had to learn through what we do is that we do influence people and people are listening and the person themselves might hear it. So when you're criticizing someone, that's completely fine. But when it borderlines on abuse, that's why you always see me be like, no, don't do that. Because there's a difference between being opinionated about someone and taking the piss out of someone.
Yeah, even having banter as well. Like obviously you have to
and we've had to learn as time's gone on. There is a difference. Yeah. So like that's why when people are being disrespectful, it's like, no, you can't do that. Do you know what I'm saying? If someone wants to say, I don't know, John Spank is a bad player in the 8 and he shouldn't. Why did we play him at right back today? That was madness. That's totally fine. If someone goes, hey, that John Spank is a fucking dickhead, bro. It's like, no.
I
you've
talk
gone
about
too
man's
far.
family or something.
Yeah. You see, you've took it too far now. That's where you got to reel it back now. Like
Facts.
it's still a person, and we've had to learn that. So that's the only thing
Yeah.
that I will say. Like we've had to learn how to do in terms of like holding back or whatever. Just quickly on the situation before we move on. No, Jay's saying Viega can also play right wing. We do love a little bit of versatility in the situation. Big up Sam each and every time as always. FSG has given Klopp the main target. All others are just being monitored. If a bidding war starts for Kone, Thuram, etc., FSG will pull out. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah,
be ready for another crap transfer window. The PR will be young mids to step up, like Carvalho, Elliott, Besetic. I agree. That's what I'm worried about. I've said it before. I feel like McAllister might be our only significant signing, and we definitely,
if that happens,
always don't get involved in bidding wars.
No,
and I'm not saying be dumb in a bidding war, but if that's who you want, you go and get involved. This Bellingham stuff, bruv. Do you know what's pissing me off more than anything? Is that I've realized it was wages. And nobody can convince me any other way. It was wages. He's actually gone to Real Madrid for 84 million plus add-ons. That is fucking nowhere near what we were being told.
But are we factoring in that we weren't in the Champions
120, 130?
He could have done a McAllister and gone, it's just a year, innit? To be fair, he could have just done that, innit?
Not even just that. We could have got the deal done ages ago and it wouldn't even have he wouldn't even have known we're not in the Champions League.
No, do you know what that says to me? If I'm being honest, that says to me, I'm not trying to do the whole FSG Klopp thing. That says to me, FSG have said to Klopp, you've got this amount of money, and Klopp's gone, I can get Bellingham. But then he's gone, but I need more than Bellingham, you know. I need to do more.
Can I have more money? And they've gone, no.
Because, bro, if man are saying the fee, and it's been reported heavily, 80-something mil, and then add-ons, Liverpool could have got that done. However, here's what I'm trying to say, and what I said earlier in the show. It's been so, like the narrative's been so pushed with McAllister 35 mil. You know the budget is already like on its legs already. Like the fact that we're pushing a narrative that 35.
He's on for it. I told you it's wages. It's wages. In my opinion, it's wages, bro.
He would have said to Salah, yeah, it's my time now. And you know that weren't going to run. And Liverpool weren't going to let it run, regardless. So it says a lot. Like
I'm all right with it. I moved on from the Bellingham thing time ago. I realized I was getting caught up in the hype because I thought Liverpool was showing ambition. It wasn't actually the player, and that's not me being salty or after the fact, because you know, and the real ones in the community know. I've had my doubts about is Bellingham overhyped or whatever before, but I got so wrapped up in like the ambition. I think that's what was getting me hyped. Like, right, Liverpool really gonna do this? Are we actually gonna show some ambition and go out and be like, right, if it's 100 mil, it's 100 mil. Let's get this done if that's what we need. And I got caught up in the ambition. Because that's what it would have been. To spend 100 million on a player is showing ambition. Yeah, it's just, it is what it is, isn't it? Liverpool were never going to do that shit, were they? But yeah. Just one more. That's based on what we're talking about. Sultan, I'm getting tired of all the transfer talk since the World Cup. All the transfer talk is about the midfield. I'm tired of it. I need the season to start ASAP. Right, Sultan is proper fed up, boy.
I hate you because all the transfer talk, but listen, unfortunately, though, so on this is transfer talk. So the next person I want to bring up, it's a great segue, is Ryan Gravenberch. Now, we were heavily linked to him at the start, or in fact, about a month ago, saying that how Liverpool monitoring Gravenberch, Liverpool really want to bring Gravenberch in, and the agent came to London at one point. We've spoken to the agent, the player wants to come to Liverpool, but Bayern Munich don't want to sell the player. Ryan Gravenberch since then has said today, I want to play more, preferably at Bayern. Otherwise, at a club where I will play a 100% play. That's my plan. I don't want to have another year like the one I've just had. I'll speak to the coach in the next weeks, then we will see. He's trying to basically do the whole, you best guarantee me I'm playing, if not, I'm out. Do you think Liverpool, bro, are looking... Because here's the thing. Gravenberch, in my opinion, might have been the first midfielder we would have signed if Bayern were like, you can have him. In my opinion, I think we would have got Gravenberch. I think he would have been the first...
Especially because they would have rammed home only 25 mil. We only paid 25
mil. Look at the upside. This guy could be 75. So here's my thinking of it now, and this is what
we've still got all the other supers saved, guys. Don't worry, but we're just trying to stay on topic. Yeah, so go on, man.
Here's a bit that kind of might annoy me a bit. I don't want his words to kind of stop Liverpool for doing what they're doing, and I'm wondering whether that's why maybe we haven't wrapped up Thuram. I sent out a tweet, bro, about a week or two ago and said it's either going to be Kone or Thuram, and I'm still going to sit here and say I think it's either going to be Thuram and Gravenberch, that stylistic type of player. I think we originally wanted Gravenberch, but we've also been told that Khephren Thuram is just as good, if not, it could be better. And Liverpool are now in a situation where they're trying to see which deal will be better for them financially. And that will piss me off, because by doing that, you risk losing both players. Because you see Gravenberch, bro. If Gravenberch, I don't know, next week says, I don't want to play for Bayern, get me out of here, whatever, Liverpool will be the first on that deal, get that deal over the line, and will leave Khephren Thuram, in my opinion. I just don't think we get both. I could be wrong. I
think you're right. I think we get one or the other.
On the flip side, it's like, bro, just go and wrap up the Thuram deal. But Liverpool seeing this is giving them hope that they can get Gravenberch. Bro, I'm going to be honest. I do have a preference for one. However, just get me one of them. All this delaying thing, in my opinion, makes me feel that other clubs can get involved. And that's what worries me.
You mean out of Kone and Gravenberch, you mean just get you one of those? You mean
no. So this is just what I think. The shortlist was Gravenberch, Thuram, and Kone. Yeah, McAllister was in a separate category. This is my opinion. Yeah, I think Liverpool wanted Gravenberch to begin with, and then they've gone Khephren Thuram is too good of a deal to pass up. But Kone, we'll go and get Kone if we don't get Thuram, even though the profiles are still slightly different. Still slightly.
Yeah. I hear you.
For some strange reason, I don't know what it is. I don't see Liverpool buying another 2 midfielders, which is what they should be doing. I think they only buy one more. Yeah, and they're delaying because they really want to make sure they get bang for their buck, so to speak, on the next midfielder.
And here's the thing, yeah. I don't care how much players cost if they're the right players. I really don't. I really don't. So I just want to make that clear before I say this, before people like go and take what I'm saying in another way. You know how people try to spin things.
Yeah, cool.
But let's keep it our buck though, fam. If we ended up with Kone, Gravenberch, McAllister, let's say that's who we ended up with. Talent-wise, all three brilliant footballers.
Of course, bro. We're still doing bits.
But, and there's a big Kim Kardashian sized but.
All right, this is big then still. All right.
That would only be about 90 million outlay. Now, as much as I'm all for a bargain, probably. And I'm all for making sure you save money, I'd still be pissed off. And do you know why? Because it would be so typical that we only did it because it's that cheap. And it would just be another summer, me realizing that these men are never actually willing to do what it takes to get it done. And it would be like the circumstance of the universe just came together and just gave them a fucking blie that Kone's only 30 mil, Gravenberch is only 25, and there was a release clause in McAllister's. Like, it would just still leave me knowing I can't even really rate FSG for this because these are all extremely cheap signings. That's the only reason why we've done this. So I know that comes across like I'm being spoilt. I'm just looking for problems. But like, it's just I can't help it. I just can't help it. We're circumstance FC. If everything is right, we'll get it done. If it's not, we walk away and we risk everything going wrong because of it. You know what I'm saying?
With Liverpool, it always kind of feels like we're always looking for a deal, always looking for a bargain. And we monitor a lot. So we monitor FC, we bargain FC. Now, like you said, I don't really care about the fee, so to speak. It's about the player. What frustrates me more than anything is that if there's a player of a high caliber and we're Liverpool Football Club, we should be looking at that player. I'll give you an example. Kylian Mbappe has basically said to PSG, I don't care about you no more. Sell me or don't sell me. I'm leaving. I'm not re-signing. Liverpool should be like, we need to get involved. But you know what's so mad? When all this news broke about Mbappe, not one person mentioned Liverpool. Why is that? Because we don't have that type of ambition. Do you want to bet, Drift? Man United, Chelsea, at Man City, at least from England, when Mbappe does eventually leave, I still think he goes Real Madrid. However, they will still make their interest known because they would want to at least see if they could get him. They know they've got the slimmest chance in the world, bro, but they'll try. The problem with my own club and our club people, yeah, is that it's not about necessarily the names. It's more about the talent. If you know the talent is available, but you're still going to sit there and go, we can't do that, there's a big problem. Because remember, people, since we've won the Champions League and the Premier League, we haven't asked for an Mbappe type signing every year. But what we are saying is if players like that are available on the market, our team should be involved in getting a deal over the line, but we will never be there. We will always look for an alternative. And that's the problem, in my opinion, with these owners.
Yeah. And I don't need it to be millions and millions and hundreds of millions of pounds. But I just want it to be, if that's what it took to do it, get it done. Just like Arsenal are about to do with Rice, as you said a bit earlier. Arsenal don't want to pay 100 million for a player. And it might be actually beyond their actual natural realms of budget. But that's who Arteta wants. So they're just making sure they get it done. And that's the type of shit I'm talking about. Like
Enzo Fernandez.
Yeah.
You really think just wanted to pay the release
Man
clause?
United, even though he might not turn out to be the player I thought he would be, Anthony is not worth 90 million. But the owners just said, right, this is who Ten Hag wants. Let's just make sure we get the player he wants.
Yeah.
And they paid the money. And even though sometimes being bumped isn't a good thing, Harry Maguire, if that's who the manager wants at that time, it kind of is about backing the manager. It just is. And if it ends up being a dud, it ends up being a dud. But there's no risk without reward, or there's no reward without risk. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't always penny pinch and look for the best possible deal when it comes to certain things. So right now, this Caicedo situation, it is obvious he would be the best player for us to get.
Yeah.
I don't care if it costs 80 million.
But we won't go
Just
there.
do it, bro.
The fee, the wage, bro.
We're not even involved. We haven't even, like, we heard about something going on over there and we didn't even walk over.
Yeah.
We didn't even walk over. You know, like, we didn't even have a look. We didn't do anything,
We just
but
carried
we
on
just went
eating
the
our
other
packed
way.
lunch.
Yeah. We went the other way, bro. We just
No, it's
walked the
carried on
other
eating packed
way,
lunch.
bro.
Man said, what's going on over there?
There is nobody on this planet, including
Facts.
Klopp, who doesn't want Caicedo in their team. I'm sorry. It is obvious. And I'm glad the rest of the world sees it now. It just pisses me off because now it makes it harder to get him. Everybody can see how talented that kid is. He will change the dynamic for any midfield he walks into of the big teams. That is how good he is. And you are telling me Liverpool aren't thinking, do you know what? 80 mil's 80 mil, but what a player. He's young. It's worth it. Let's get involved. Now we're like, too rich for our blood. And we're going to let one of the most talented young players in world football go to a rival without even trying to get involved. Without even trying. If you get involved and you lose, that's fine. I'm all right with the fact that you made the effort. But to not even get involved at all is the part that annoys me, bro, about the way we move.
Not involved.
We don't get involved once the player's going to cost a certain amount or whatever, no matter how much that player is going to improve our squad. You said it yourself with Mbappe. I know everything to do with that, like £1 million a week and all that, has changed the game. But before he got that stupid deal, when he was on a normal, like 350 a week or whatever, and it was doable for Liverpool to get involved, we weren't even going to try. We had a conversation, found out about how much it would be, and said, oh, fuck that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, push the boat out, man. Move the needle. Like, do you want to do what Man City just did? Because you know what you do to do what Man City just did? You add Mbappe to 2021 Liverpool. If you add Mbappe to 2021 Liverpool, we go and do what Man City just did. Because you know, I adored Diaz. I was the one who wanted Diaz.
Yeah.
But if I heard Mbappe was going to come instead of Diaz, that quadruple happens. And it's not one person here that could tell me anything else. If that January, we'd have brought Mbappe in instead of Diaz, or the summer, we'd have brought him in instead of waiting until...
100.
That quadruple happens, bruv. And I don't give a fuck what it costs. Sometimes you forget the money and you do what history wants you to do. Be the only team ever to complete a quadruple, dominate, clock football.
You do what you're supposed to
Klopp's
do.
legacy.
By the best players in the world.
And then all the shirt sales, you get the money back. Because that's what's annoying as well. The fact he's a night guy, the fact that we're the only team in the world who actually have a 20% back on shirt sales in football, Mbappe would have got Liverpool a lot of that money back. It's kind of obvious. Pay 200 mil for Mbappe, you make 100 mil back in shirt sales across 2 or 3 seasons. I don't even need anybody to tell me whether that's true or not. And I'm using common sense. You easily make about 100 mil back in shirt sales within about 2 or 3 seasons.
Of course you
at
do.
20% off them shirts. Those Mbappe shirts would fucking fly off the shelf so quickly, they'll be sold out. They'd have to keep restocking. Can you imagine if Liverpool signed Mbappe? How much of a shudder around the world that would create? We'd get fans that the club didn't even have.
Yeah, of course.
And they'd all be buying Mbappe shirts, bruv. And that 20% would just be coming in. And then it would pay for like a third, or it would pay for a quarter, or it would pay for a half, or whatever that transfer fee across 2 or 3 years alone. And nobody can tell me that what I'm saying is wrong, because I know business. Maybe not in the football world, but I still know real business. I've still owned my own business. I still know how shit works. It's all about supply and demand. So you've got to just have that ambition, and we never have it. We never have it, brother. And that's the part that I don't like. That's my head in, man.
Under these owners, we generally don't. All right, let's talk about the last person of the night. Been loosely linked with us, not like strong links, but Chiesa, bro. Now, there's been loose links with Chiesa. Obviously, Juventus have had their problems. I think with the scandal with cheating again, I believe, or something like that. They've had a sanction, I think. There are rumors going around that Chiesa could potentially be on the market for around 50, 60. Liverpool been loosely linked with him. Bro, if a player like that is available, it's such a no-brainer. It's got to a point where you might have to abandon what you originally thought and just go and get that done. And that kind of stems into the whole Mbappe situation. Like, there's certain players where you just go, we were going to buy a left back, but he's available. We just would like, do you know what? We've got to go and do that. Like Chiesa, I know he's had his injury, but you see Chiesa now. Let me say this, people. Mohamed Salah is a Liverpool legend, and rightly so. He is one of the best players to ever put on a Liverpool shirt. But we've also got to think about how many years does he have left at the top level. If we was to sign a Chiesa, would that be the biggest crime in the world? Like, if he was able to take over the mantle, so to speak. And he wouldn't be Salah, he'll just be Chiesa, just be doing that role differently. These are the things that I just think, like, if there was a deal out there to be done for a Chiesa, that's something, again, that we should look at. He is a talented player. Yes, he's had his injuries, and he's only trying to, like, find his way back. And I feel like he is already. Like, the explosion's there as well. I'm watching Chiesa closely from last season to see how he came back. And I'm confident that he will go back to being that amazing player again, in my opinion, anyway. I just think that these are the type of deals as well. Like, you just look at and go, if he's available, because, again, it's speculation. If he's available, you try and get that deal done. What about you? What are you saying, Drift?
Yeah. And again, because of the way we are, we're opportunistic. So we will, like, capitalize, right? This is a chance to capitalize. Ordinarily, I wouldn't pick Chiesa because of the fact that it is a bit of a worry.
Because of the injury. I understand that.
It's a bit of a, and you know what? I don't even necessarily think the injury as in it will happen again. Because generally speaking, most people who have ACL surgery in this day and age, the recovery and everything and the rehabilitation is so good that it's very like likely, as long as you do everything right, that the injury won't occur, right?
Yeah.
Won't reoccur. But it's more the mental side of it. So there's always that worry that Chiesa might not ever be able to find the form based on, like, the whole mental aspect of it. Yeah, that is an absolute fact. But at 30 to 40 million, you take the risk because that type of money in today's market isn't that big of a risk. If it doesn't work out, you say, do you know what? The talent of the player was worth the risk. And then you probably can still get about 20 mil for Chiesa in 2 years. And then you just say, do you know what? Fair dues, it didn't work. We lost out a bit. Hey ho. Do you know what I mean? That's life. Look at the Naby Keita thing. We paid 56 million for him and we didn't get anywhere near that outlay.
I know,
like,
bro.
So to pay 30 to 40 mil for Chiesa,
that one hurts,
like,
still, I can't lie.
do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the worst thing in the world for what the reward could be if he does become the player again that we all know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't pick Chiesa first, and I wouldn't go and get him if it was going to be expensive. But for the price, bruv, you just throw it on top. Like, you go and get done whatever you need to do, and then you just throw him on top as a bonus because of how good the deal would be.
Yeah.
You just do. And if it works out, you've got a world-class footballer because everybody knows he was on his way to be a world-class before the injury. So if he does recover 80% or more of his form from before and you're getting him for 30 to 40 million, absolute no-brainer, bro.
Chiesa, I know the injury obviously is a major factor. Major factor. But you see that guy's ability before he got injured. Oh, my God. Bro. One of the best wingers in world football. We can't deny that.
Bro.
Man was a machine, bro. Machine.
He was a bad man, bro.
You can't say nothing about my man, you know. You can't.
I don't think we need him in that way. We
don't need him.
There's probably
however,
other right wingers that I would buy.
Of course.
But when you can get a player of his potential for that much, just do it, bro. And then maybe sweeten the pot by giving Juve a player that we don't want anymore or don't need anymore or something. I don't know. Like, help them out a bit with their troubles.
Nah, for real. Right, let's read out the supers, bro, before we head out. ADA J3. All our midfielders, which are progressive and creative?
None.
Curtis Jones is progressive. He's progressive.
Yeah, all right.
But maybe not the most creative. There's a difference. So, Curtis Jones is progressive. Creative, probably. Oh, Thiago. What am I talking about?
Thiago's creative, not progressive.
Creative, not progressive. So, yeah, we've either got one or the other. Yeah, big up. Big up promo. I reckon the clock will be gone by October. Probably after a poor start and lack of signings again. Newcastle. United. Yeah. Will improve. I disagree with that promo. Klopp will not be going nowhere.
He will not be gone by October, bro.
Yeah, big up promo, but I disagree, bro. Jada Asper says, Arda.
Oh yeah, by the way, McAllister is creative. I don't think he meant out of. I think he meant out of.
Oh yeah, I forgot because he needs signing. I
think he meant out of the players we had last year. Yeah. McAllister's creative. Yeah.
100. No, you're right, Jeff. Jada Activist, big itself. Arda is a baller too. I tagged you on social. Big up, Jay. I need to check that one out still, brother. I haven't checked him out still. Pause for that. I know some people try to clip that up, but yeah, I checked out that player. Shombe says, big up for you. Big up for you, both of you. And unless FSG leave, we are doomed. For Arab owners, football is a hobby, but for USA, it's a business. You spend anything for a hobby.
Facts.
That is true. When it's a hobby, you just do what you do in it. Yeah, because you
do
love
what you do. Case in point, technically, football's a hobby for us, right?
Yeah.
Even though like we adore it, it's still technically a hobby. Look how much money we spend on Liverpool, on football in general. I don't even want to know how much money across my whole life I've spent on football. It'll probably make me feel
I don't want to think about it. It make me feel depressed.
Yeah, bro. So he's right. He's right. You spend any amount of money on a hobby. Any amount of money on a hobby.
Facts.
You do.
Shombe, it's funny. Rice costs more than Jude. Laugh my ass off FSG out. Yeah, I think Rice might actually cost more than Jude. Genuinely. But you know what it is though? English clubs selling to another English club. The English tax is crazy. Like
it is still weird that he's actually gonna cost more though.
Which is crazy.
It is weird, but
Sultan, all the talk was about Kone and Thuram. Now we've moved on from Kone and bloody Wolves will get him. Wolves, you know. I'm really tired of it, Drift. Hurt me still.
Nah, Jude Bellingham hurt him.
Yeah, I didn't want to read out Jude Bellingham still. That hurt me when I saw it this morning. When I just see Fabrizio go, it's 105 million euros, which is about 80 something million pounds. And I was just like, yeah. I know we could have got Jude. We should have got Jude, as well as 35 million McAllister. FSG, if you're watching, yeah, you know what you should have done. Like 35 mils the barometer. Shombe, we can't even compete with Arsenal. I think he means United get Qatari will fight for 4th or 5th. City, United, Newcastle will be a level above. I give up no hope. Shombe, do not give up, bro. We're Liverpool. We never give up. You know the ones there. You know the reason I say that.
I understand his worries though.
I understand the logic, but I also understand that Liverpool also beat Barcelona in one of the best European semi-finals ever. To come back from 3-0 down when I thought we were done. Yeah, that's football. Pimper Distress Pick itself. It says Fabrizio says Jude wages are between 170 to 200k. That is cheap.
I've heard conflicting reports. I'm not sure. If it's that, then I don't know.
It's more than affordable. No, but I think he was affordable, bro.
Maybe we were fed a lie the whole of the last year. Maybe Bellingham was never even in the plans at all, bro.
Maybe.
And it was just more propaganda.
Yeah. Monkey King said, yes, man, them. Just tuned in. Hope Carl's blessed. Yeah, no, Carl's blessed. Just couldn't make it today.
Yeah, big up.
Unfortunately, but Carl's blessed, man.
Big up Carl's for a minute. Big up, bro.
Yeah, for real, bro. H says, Chiesa no chance. Harvey breakout season 23-24.
I don't know, bro. I mean, technically, he's had his breakout season.
Yeah, he had the breakout. Yeah.
Yeah, it was this year, bro.
Facts. Part Life Manager says, shout out to Ibu Konate for speaking up, my guy. Yeah, you know what? Big up Konate, because he did say Liverpool losing 4 players. We have to bring in 4 players, right? If not, what do we do? Big up Ibu. Shombe says, imagine replacing VVD, Salah, and Allison. I don't want to replace them. Obviously, we have to eventually, but I don't. No,
but imagine how tight the budget is going to be for it as well.
Bro, the budget would be.
Have you noticed a lot of Liverpool players are fed up? If you actually think about it, I've heard quite a few Liverpool players speaking up now. Like whenever they're asked about transfers. Mo said something, Van Dijk said something, Ibu said something. I think the players are actually starting to get annoyed. They're like, bro, we need to put some pressure on this now because we don't want no more of that. What happened last year?
Funny you say that. See, so Virgil recently come out and said again, with Sam McAllister, great player, hope to see more. Ibu said, we're losing 4 players. I want to see more players come in. Bro, do you know the only reason why I'm kind of quietly confident they're saying it is because they know, obviously, there's something going on more than we do. And they are kind of aware. And do you know what made me think? You know what's making me think? And I could be wrong, people. This is just me speculating, by the way. Just speculating. I'm going to go out on a whim here and say Liverpool should sign Khephren Thuram, and the other person might be Timber from Ajax. And I could be wrong. I'm just saying. Those could be the 2 potential next signings that we get. Potential next signings. Big up retired to my avocado farms Latan. Man, I'm in the wrong business. FSG paying silly money for PR. Bro, their PR, listen. In a mad way, you have to give FSG props because they're good at what they do, innit? They are very good at it. You can't deny that. You can't. They've signed a club who were on the verge of administration, turned them into a 4 billion plus valuation club, got them to win a Premier League title, a Champions League, an FA Cup, and a Carling Cup. Got some of the best players in the world at that team, and are now sitting there going, what do we do next? FSG, I'm pretty sure, did not imagine this would happen with Liverpool. They hoped, but maybe didn't imagine. But that's mainly down to Jurgen Klopp more than anything. So I think it's more Jurgen in my opinion. So yeah. Last but not least, big up Ash. He says, big up Kop-Ish. You guys seen this leaked fixture list?
No, I haven't.
I haven't, no.
Has there been?
I saw something.
Next week it's meant to be coming out, isn't it, or something?
Yeah, I'll wait until the real thing come up because there's a lot of hearsay, in my opinion. But it's gonna be interesting to see because, well, in fact, you know, so I'm mad. Obviously, I care about who we play first. I just want to see who we sign next. I'll be honest. That intrigues me more.
Luton away, is that the first game of the season?
Reportedly, yeah, reportedly. Somebody says the 2 world-class centre-half, Hansen, then VVD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had other world-class centre-backs, but like those two are two that probably do stand out. And they're very similar. Hansen was a modern-day centre-back. Can you imagine how much money Hansen would be worth now, bro?
He'd be worth peas, bro.
He'd be worth all 100 mil, bro.
Trust me. Hate says, play speaking out yet. Jurgen Klopp keeps shielding, shaking my head. Well,
he has to, though.
It's different for the players.
He's the leader of the
very
ship.
Different. Yeah.
He's the leader of the ship.
It's not even a defending Klopp thing, even though I would defend Klopp. It's more about Klopp is the leader of the ship. Like, he's Optimus Prime, fam. It's okay for Bumblebee and Mirage to chat mad. Like, big up for the people that have seen Rise of the Beast. I've seen it. I won't say too much, but it's okay for them to just say whatever. But Prime has to keep things into perspective, and that's Jurgen Klopp, innit? He has to. He's got a different role. You have to understand that, people. He's the top dog. So I understand it. Cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Boy, big up everyone as always.
People,
man.
listen, man. Some people said they could. No, but we just want to bring in some music for the vibes. You know what I'm saying? But no, listen, people. Everyone's enjoyed that music. Innit? Been a bit of a rough summer so far. Only one player in. We're happy, but we want to see more. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody that's watched the show. Shout out to people that are going to watch the show. Over 800 people live. Smash that like button. Big up H as well. He said, get ready for City away when Salah is at AFCON. I don't want to think about that, H. I really don't.
He's so right, you know for a fact that's what they're going to do.
I know. 100. Shombe says, I am bold just because FSG, my hair is growing back. F me. Big up Shombe. You're joking, you know. But no, listen, people. We chopped it up today. Still,
Sleepy Frost is saying there was all the supers came through, bro. There wasn't another VVD super.
All the
chat,
supers come through on.
We might have read it out earlier on in the show, then, but we definitely read out all the ones that came through, bro.
Yeah, for real. So, but yeah, now people, listen. It's been transfer talk. We chopped it up. I hope you guys have enjoyed the vibes. We're just speaking our minds about situations. Let's hope Khephren Thuram is our next signing. If it's not Khephren Thuram, let's hope it's a baller as well. You know what I'm saying? Stay tuned to the socials as well about what we're doing next. Retired to my avocado farm. Zlatan says, if Klopp was Noah from the Bible, he will start building the ship 5 minutes before the flood starts.
Oh my days!
Nah, you man are moving mad, you know. You got retired to my avocado from Zlatan, you know.
That's
but now
people,
the
longest name in super
chat 100,
history,
bro, 100. But now, people, listen. Love as always. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. It's Team Kop-Ish, you know what time it is. Make sure you check out, obviously, the Summer Daily News Show as well. Obviously, that's, you know what I'm saying? That's live now. If you haven't seen it, there's a couple more.
Yeah.
Jed Ashley says, Kone had VVD at striker, fam.
I didn't even realize there was a game on.
I didn't even know there was a game today. I didn't even know.
Is that how bad their strike options are? That they've got Van Dijk up front? That is actually
they
ludicrous.
are down bad. AJ says, guys, the fixtures. The fixtures out tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Is it tomorrow?
Yeah, I saw a couple of people say. I thought it was next week.
All right, well, stay tuned to the socials and that. Obviously, you know, we have to speak about that.
And obviously, big up everyone who's been tuning into the daily daily news show that we've been starting. So obviously, we could chat about that in the daily news show. So big up
100.
everyone.
Right, there's more supers coming in. I big up you lot that don't want us to leave you. Enjoying the vibes. Liam says, would you guys entertain a Salah Mbappe swap deal? What are you saying, Drew? I would say is, what year we talking? If it, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, I want them both in my team.
Same. Now, obviously, of course, I don't want to sell a Liverpool legend to go and get a player.
I want both on either flank. The numbers would be insane.
Crazy, bro. Not like that.
That was a damn son moment.
Tom Mizzy, lads, lots of conflicting reports, so I'm going to be calm. We can't do anything, but I will do this summer is playing Mortal Kombat 1 Fatality. Yeah, I'm here. Mortal Kombat. It's mad, Tom Mizzy. And I'm going to watch John Wick as well, by the way, by the weekend, hopefully. So, yeah, I'll talk to you about John Wick still, Tom Mizzy. But, yeah, listen, people. Matt Defo Duffy. No, bro. No. Can't do that. Mo's a legend. It is a foolish hard thing, but Mo's a legend. You can't do that to Mo, man. You can't.
Squidly! Fully salt, you pussy clot in a ear, tune.
But yeah. But I mean, that what me. That's Squidly. But now, people, listen, stay tuned to the socials. Obviously, you see when we're next live. Also, we've got the announcement tomorrow for the fixtures, so stay tuned for that as well. And also, as well, people, just make sure, again, I will stress it, smash that like button and subscribe. If you're not subscribed already, people, it's Team Kop-Ish. You know, we're going to bring you that Liverpool news each and every time. But now, people, it's your boy Malak, man.
You need psychiatric evaluation.
Oh my God! Allow me, bro. I never even said that. Allow me. But now, people, we'll see.
Why you do it, John Crow?
Yeah,
I said you left. You're mad. You want mad. See me mad now.
Yeah.
Me mad.
Man said, dirty gula. People, we out. Love.